Greetings, friends and fellow rebels, and welcome to the woods. Today I want to talk a little bit about the Doctrine of Signatures, which is the explanation that my discipline has for why the archetypical forms, templates of creation carry certain consistencies. For instance, walnuts are good for the brain. If you look at the meat of a walnut, the part that you eat, it looks like the brain. It's this sort of thing. It's how we encourage the energies that we want to attune to, that we want to work with, that we want to bring into our environment, or perhaps that we want to push out of our environment. Working with the symbols of these energies makes it easier for us to work with the energies themselves. Having a physical manifestation or representation that is seen and affirmed by others and seen and affirmed by ourselves makes it easier to, again, attune to the energies that we want, to call in the energies we want, to push away what we don't want. For instance, if you know that black is a color that absorbs, it absorbs energy, then when you deliberately wear it, you know that you're going to be sponging up the energy that's around you. And if that energy is in the form of emotions, you're going to receive more emotional energy. If it's in the form of um, the thoughts of others around you, and that's a gift that you have, you know that it's going to be easier for you to receive that. But another thing about the color black is it also allows you to, when you absorb those energies, to assert your own sovereignty, to assert your own force of presence on what's around you, because it is a grounder. It pulls energy in and it grounds the energy. In the case of wearing black, it grounds it in you. White reflects the energy. So when you're wearing white, you're reflecting out onto others. The energy that comes in, you have a lot more decision over whether or not you want to accept it, because the default of white is to reflect it out. So with white, you can use that to have source be present within, but to reflect all other energies out. You have more of a choice. Now, when it comes to what goes on or what is my person, I make very deliberate decisions based on what I'm doing. When I wear the silver, the white crown, I'm calling in wisdom. I want to have more discernment. When I choose the red, that's for vitality. And there are times when I need more vitality, more physical energy, but it's also the energy of transformation and change. So when I need flow, when I need to get rid of what's not needed, get rid of the corrupted, and transform into something better, the red is a much better choice. If you look at what fire, red, fire, what it burns best, it's the corrupted, it's the old wood that's already disintegrating, not the green wood that is still vital and alive. Fire prefers to consume the corrupt. So, vitality. And I choose if you're smart with your gifts, you'll get ahead of the curve. You'll look and see what's coming down the road and make your decisions now based on what you're going to need later. So, if I discern that I'm going to be needing more vitality, red. Now, when I make my choices about inviting a signature in, I would rather do natural when I can. I would rather work with the natural world. So when it's red, when I choose red, I talk to the herb henna, the plant henna, because it has a long history of sacred relationship with humans, where we go to it for a blessing. And so when you approach utilizing that herb, you ask for a blessing. You ask that it bless your life. It will become a part of you. The difference with henna and a lot of other dyes is it permeates and becomes a part of what it interacts with. So if you're working with henna, you want to ask it to deliberately become a part of you and bless you in the process. You will bless it because it will get a perspective and a beingness that it wouldn't otherwise have an opportunity to enjoy. And vice versa. You get the attunement to what it represents: transformation, change, vitality. I prefer that to the more commercial. Just like when I choose, say, a gemstone to work with certain energies, I would prefer it to be natural, naturally created, rather than something that was synthesized. Now, if it was synthesized, it will still work, but it will have a different quality to it. Sometimes you are not gifted the right conditions in your life to have a natural manifestation of what you need. Sometimes you need to go with what man has put together. You need to go with the artificial. Now, if you can upgrade it, if you can utilize the artificial until you can call into your life the real, yes, that is a very good technique to utilize. Now, I'll give you a for instance. In this environment, we've had drought for several years. So all the creatures that needed an aquatic environment to produce, to come to fruition, to become to adulthood, for instance, the dragonflies, they need several years to develop and to turn into the amazing, powerful predators of mosquitoes that we know them to be. They're wonderful protectors against mosquitoes, and I love them. I wish we had more, but with the drought, we don't. Therefore, as a way of minimizing the amount of mosquito activity that I have around me, I have asked this little friend to come in and help put the fear of dragonflies into the parasites. And with the presence of this artificial creation, there are fewer of them than there would be otherwise. Mosquitoes, that is. Now, if I keep an energy of gratitude and I acknowledge the dragonfly and I call the dragonfly and I offer the dragonfly that they have a home here and that they're welcome to all the mosquitoes they want here, then one can hope after this year, with the normal rain we've had, that they'll be back. There's nothing wrong with utilizing a created mode to call in what you want that's real. And some people can take what is created and make it real. Now, you and I may not be quite to that point yet. It can be done. There are certain spiritual manifestation gifts that allow that. We'll get there. But we need to become wise in the ways of how we use our gifts before that manifestation hits us. We will all be in trouble in the next few years. Something to think about. And welcome to the woods.